Hello everyone, welcome to Cabinet of Reza. This is Reza and this is our daily sports show. We try to cover all sorts of sports in the last day. So let's start with Premier League. Bournemouth had a win against Nottingham Forest. First defeat for Deitch, and they had one win in Europe, and now another defeat. Let's see how this will happen, how this will go. A lot a lot of concerns for Forest still. Bournemouth won, went to the second place in Premier League, though next week they are playing against City, so that's very exciting. Arsenal won 1-0 as a scored against set piece against Crystal Palace. It seems Arsenal had more chances for set pieces, though um, they won only 1-0, but they are 4 points ahead in the league. And yeah, uh, for now, Arsenal is uh, going forward very strongly while other teams are losing points. So it's their game for now, and it seems the league is more achievable than ever for them. Aston Villa defeated City. It is very important. It was a very important game. Villa scored and then started defend very well and take the game. City had a lot of chances. I watched the match partially. I watched some parts and then missed another, so I can't speak very confident of what happened. Nonetheless, Holland didn't score, and it's he also stopped scoring. So Kane, Mbappe, Holland in 1 week stopped scoring. Of course, Mbappe scored in the weekend, but in the middle of the week he couldn't score. So Ronaldo's record is safe of scoring in a row. And yeah, City falls behind again. And yeah, Burnley defeated Wolves 3-2. Both team fighting for not get relegated, so good win for Burnley. Tottenham defeated Everton 3-0. They're also doing pretty good this weekend, and defender actually scored 2 goals for Tottenham. That's all to talk about. I wrote more than 3 pages for today, so a lot to cover. Let me see if I'm missing something about Premier League, and then we go to Germany. Oh yeah, when I was checking the table, City has the same points as United, and Liverpool has 1 point less, and Chelsea 2 point less than United. And thinking about what's going on with my hair. Sorry, yeah, I'm sure I don't have ADHD. Uh, Considering that United manager was very close to getting fired, and City seems to have a good season. Chelsea not much under pressure, and Liverpool is of course, but they seem to have a much better season. Like, I'm a United fan, yes, but when I was looking at it, I couldn't believe my eyes. It was very interesting. Okay, moving on. There are a lot to cover. I don't wanna take this video takes forever. Germany. Leverkusen won 2-0. Stuttgart won 2-1. So all the top five competitors, Leipzig, Bayern, Dortmund, Leverkusen, and Stuttgart, won their games this week. And yeah, moving forward. Uh, Anything interesting to say? Yeah, Bayern is 5 points ahead, and it's probably their season again. So yeah, why are we even worrying? Um, so in La Liga, the only game we cover here is El Clasico. It was an amazing match. I watched it fully. Um, Real Madrid was a better team, simply. In the first half, they were quite better. Normally, they had problems in like second half, a little bit sometimes slower. This game, both teams were slower. There were a lot of controversy because of Yamal about the game. His interviews, he made 2 interviews talking a little. He was a bit naughty about Real Madrid, and they covered him so much in the game. They booed him from first second to the last 90 minutes of the game, Real Madrid fans, the defenders covered him so much he didn't do anything noticeable at all till the last moments when he was in the center, not his position on the left. He came a little bit to the center at the end of the match, and he had a very good pass that could be assist for goal, but Barcelona didn't use it well. But beside that, he was completely faded, and there was a couple of fights in this game. At the end of the game, of course, he was the center of attention, fighting with Vinny and Carvajal. Carvajal was told, like the news told us, that Carvajal will talk to Yamal about his behavior and his interviews and how he shouldn't do this. Maybe the captain of Real Madrid to a young player of Barcelona, just a little bit talk, but it somehow ended in a big, huge fight. And they were quite fighting in the game. Like, yeah, it was interesting. El Clasico, very beautiful to watch on that kind of stuff. Very good fighting. Um, a few goals not allowed, a penalty taken, especially the Mbappe goal that was offside by just a little, and it was just brilliant to watch. Um Bellingham assisted and scored a goal. Vinny was brilliant, so Bellingham is back at least on his good form. Vinny was brilliant. He was very angry when he was subbed, and Xabi Alonso said that I will talk to him. And he also made, I think, two fights. One when he was on the bench, one at the end of the game, as I told you. So yeah, anything else to talk about? Let's just make sure that I said this right. Yeah, all is good. Um, the whole game, Real Madrid, you could feel them winning. Maybe in the last minutes, that one pass from Yamal was the only time that Real fans could have been worried. And yeah, nothing else. Nothing else about this. Let's go to Italy. Yeah, we try to be fast. It's so much games. Um, let's go to Italy. Rome won. Sassuolo, they have the same points as Napoli on the top of the league, but they're second because they have less goal difference. Juventus lost an early goal from Lazio, and Juventus made a lot of chances but couldn't score. So yeah, they lost, and I think it's 8 games for Juventus not winning. 8 games, it's a lot for Juventus. And while last season the Juventus fans were very angry with Allegri and all those. It was Allegri, yeah, yeah. Sometimes I mistake the years and seasons together. Don't worry about that. Um, they were quite angry, but this year can get even worse. Even worse, yeah. So I don't know what to say about that. Yeah, but the next games of Juventus are easier ones, so maybe there is hope for them to come back. So yeah, maybe they're not in big trouble yet. But the manager's job is a little bit unsafe. Fiorentina made a draw with Bologna. Bologna was on the top half of the table. But the thing about Fiorentina that caught my eyes is that even though they did good games and they fought well, they never won a game. It's very interesting. In Serie A, 4 teams. It's, I think, Genoa. I'm saying by memory, Fiorentina, Pisa, and one other team that I'm not remembering. Let me check. What was the other team? I remember 3. They never won, none of them. And it's very weird because in other leagues there's only one team or no team that had no wins. Oh, Hellas Verona. Yeah. But in Serie A, 4 teams didn't have a win at all. Milan is in the third and following the two top teams with 1 point behind. they kind of with that draw lost it. Let's go to France. Lyon won. Strasbourg lost. Strasbourg had a what did it? Strasbourg had a red card, and Lyon scored in the last moment. So Lyon stays in the top of top teams who which are fighting or that are fighting. That I don't know in English grammar. I should check. But there are top teams that are fighting for, yeah, seems more right, for Champions League and Europe. Lyon stays there. Strasbourg started very well. Now they're not. Yeah, they're a little bit below. We should see. They had tough games against Paris Saint-Germain and Lyon. We should see. Lille 6-1 against Metz. The only thing, the only team in France that didn't have a win and was bottom of the league was Metz, and Lille 6-1. But the other Mbappe didn't score. So, and yeah, yeah, that's about that from France. Let's go to Netherlands. Yes. Oh no, let's go to MLS first because I have only one thing to say. Vancouver won 3-0, I think, and Muller scored on a penalty. And there are more games these days to come. If you want to watch the knockout phase, don't miss it. Netherlands. Ajax had a comeback. Twente was 1-0 up. Ajax scored 3, Twente another. But it was very important game for Ajax because when they were behind, at I think 60 minutes or no, first half they were behind. They scored at 58, the first goal. Whatever. They had 3 losses and 1 draw in the last 4 games. So it was a little bit, 2 of them in European games, but still it was a little bit like they're falling behind very bad and maybe they are in trouble. But this win kind of saved them. Still, they're 6 points behind in the league. PSV Feyenoord, the first team, the second team of Netherlands, Eredivisie, fighting each other. I watched this match as well. PSV was just better. It was a very weird game, very weird game. At the start, they put it was in the Kip, the Feyenoord's home. I missed this part that they did it, but I watched the result. It seems they put some confetti in the or some paper, colored paper, white papers on the field. It looked like snow from above, and it stuck. It was very windy, Netherlands windy, but the papers were stuck. They were sticking to the shoes, and um, it covered half of half of the third of the field, and they couldn't see the line, so they couldn't start the match because they couldn't see the referee couldn't see the line, so they had to bring very big wind blowers, putting them aside. It was quite ridiculous. So the game started 15 minutes late. I think it affected Feyenoord a lot because Van Persie as their manager and the players seemed mentally lower than Eindhoven. Eindhoven manager and players seemed that they are motivating themselves, sorry, and getting more energy by delays, just by motivating themselves, like gathering together, talking together. But it seems Feyenoord was just so tired. One of the reasons can be that PSV had a European game on Tuesday, Feyenoord on Thursday, and Feyenoord was just tired in this game, and you could feel it whole game. So the game ended up 3-2 to Eindhoven. They were 3 points behind Feyenoord, and now they're equal. Feyenoord, I think, is in on the top for goal difference, but Eindhoven the same points. So Eindhoven scored the first half. They were better. They were more energetic. They had way more energy, and then Feyenoord scored. Eindhoven responded immediately, and another goal for Eindhoven. And at the 70, 73, something like this minutes, Feyenoord scored the second goal. Still, Eindhoven had very good chances on counter-attack. Feyenoord was attacking, but it wasn't enough. Eindhoven was just better, more energetic. Um, I think he didn't. He even gave rest to Stein because he wasn't playing, the captain of Feyenoord. I think that was the reason. I know that he gave him rest, but I think it was just because of rest. He didn't play much in the game, subbed in the last minutes. The other weird thing that happened in this match, um, and also Eindhoven, I think, were quite hype because 6-2 win against Napoli, they were quite hype. Final also won against Panathinaikos 3-1, but not the same. Defeating Napoli with 6 goals gives you feeling that you're Kratos, you know. Another weird thing that happened that I couldn't find anything on the internet about it was that the game stopped for 15-20 minutes in the middle of the second half because it seemed a fan fall from the second floor to first floor, something like this. He was quite injured and they stopped so the medical team go and help him. It was quite weird because they weren't showing it on camera because of course it's not right thing to do, but they didn't even write it on the paper, so I didn't understand exactly what happened. But the game was stopped for a long time, two times this game. At first 15 minutes, 15 minutes in the middle. So yeah, it affected Feyenoord negatively, if you ask me. So let's see if we're done with football. We're done with football. In tennis, Sinner won the Vienna. That's all. 2-1, he won, number one of the world. Alcaraz, I think, is still injured. I'm not pretty sure. F1, great thing in F1. Norris, PS3, Max, like competing for the driver winners. McLaren already won the league, but the year. And but the driver is still very close. Norris won in Mexico Grand Prix. Leclerc second, Max third, Piastri 5. Hamilton didn't do much well. He was 8. For Hamilton, he wasn't doing much well. And with this win, Norris is 1 point ahead of Piastri, his teammate. He kind of went ahead. He was behind very much, but in the last 2-3 races, he did pretty well. And now he's 1 point ahead. Still 4 to go, but yeah, Verstappen not very close, but still following. And yeah, maybe this year is for Norris. I feel very bad for PS3, but yeah, I don't know much more to say. And let's go to two last sports we cover. NHL, Mammoth are doing crazy work. 5 wins in a row. They're on the top of their thing, and yeah, it's crazy. Avalanche 4 losses in a row. Of course, two of them I think went to overtime, if I'm not wrong. But I didn't see this coming. It was quite weird result, though I can't follow an NHL as closely as I want because the timing is very bad, and I can't watch them. It's mostly 2, 3, 4 a.m. here. Penguins are still okay. In most of the predictions, I'm saying it many times, I'm a Penguin fan. This is what it is. They were saying Penguins are 31st team. By the results, they're not very well, and we are still okay. Though Pittsburgh team have a thing for doing well at the start. I always said that. NFL, and we go. Oh my god, it's 19 minutes. Steelers lost to Packers, the game that I care about, Steelers. Unfortunately I couldn't watch it. Let me close the laptop so it doesn't make much noises. You're doing nothing and making noises. Do you know that if nothing is open, you're just crazy. Yeah, my laptop is old and crazy. Rodgers, the legend of Packers, fighting against them. Now he's playing at the Steelers. Packers won. It was the interesting thing. Texans won against 49ers was very interesting because the Texans doesn't have good result for 49ers much better. Colts are brilliant. Uh, they're from Indianapolis, if I'm right. I'm not still perfect on my USA geography, but Colts, the best team in the whole NFL, brilliant. Patriots started very bad, 5 wins in a row, and yeah, I'm not wrong. It's 5 wins in a row. Yeah, Broncos five wins in a row, and but Patriots started very badly, and they're doing insanely good. Cardinals 5 losses in a row, so they have the worst form, though they're not in the worst position. But yeah, so that's it. That's about that. 21 minutes. Don't forget to sub, like, and comment. And hopefully, I see you tomorrow. And that's about that. I hope you enjoyed the show. I tried to cover it all, but it was a very busy Sunday. There are some games of the leagues and domestic cups in football happening. MLS knockouts are happening. NHL, NBA are happening. Don't miss on them. And yeah, hopefully I see you tomorrow. Have a good day. Bye.